small hollow in North Carolina. There have been several Bigfoot sightings.
Hunters may need to be on the lookout for something other than deer when they hit the woods this week.
He hadn't been spotted recently, but according to these pictures, the legendary Mothman is back.
The number of UFO sightings is soaring tenfold over the past 25 years.
Now, she's not talking about people. She is talking about ghosts hanging around what some say is a real-life haunted house.
You're listening to Paratalk Radio with Ted Wolf and Psychic Cindy on Paratalkradio.com, a member of the WLFE digital broadcast family. Paratalk Radio is your one-stop for all things paranormal, the unknown, and the supernatural. Join us every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central for discussions and guests on topics such as ghosts, hauntings, Bigfoot, UFOs, and more. This broadcast is rated M for mature and is intended for listeners over 16. The topics, views, and opinions expressed on our show may not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of Paratalk Radio, our hosts, or our sponsors. Now, live from J-Wolf Production Studio in Ontario, New York, here are your hosts, Ted and Cindy.
Well, there's me. And let's see, let's get this all settled in here for you. So, yeah, it's such an hello, Ricky, hello, Frank. Such an interesting evening. About 4:30, huge storm went through and took out all the power. We just got the power back about 15 minutes ago. So we have had no power since then. What a mess. Trees down. The whole town of Avon is looked like a hurricane hit. Trees down across roads. It was one of the worst ones I've ever seen with just, wind and rain and all that good stuff. We are still waiting on Cindy and our guest for the evening. I'm guessing because of the storm, there's a lot of shit going on out there and with the weather. So we're going to just hang tight, wait for them to come on. And guys, don't forget that towards the end of the month here, I think it's next week actually, we wanted you guys to tell us your stories, your ghost stories. So get them put together for next Monday, and we will bring you on one at a time if you'd like and tell us your ghost stories. It could be Bigfoot stories, UFO stories, whatever we, the story that you have, whatever that story may be, we'll bring you on and give you a little time to tell the story. And I think that'll be kind of fun for everybody. So before I forget, get on here and follow, and share to all your friends. Let's get some more people in here. And, let's have some fun. Like I said, I have not heard from Cindy, have not heard from our special guest who is supposed to be here, Mr. Chris Sanders, who is bringing the Haunted Buddy Doll. Yes, the Haunted Buddy Doll. I'm kind of excited about this. I did put a little post up about it. And there wasn't much like a bio and stuff, but some of you do know Chris Sanders. But I'll read what I have here real quick. It says, we sit down with Chris and Buddy to find out Buddy's history and what he is up to. Haunted dolls have become very, very popular in paranormal communities, and we really want to find out about this haunted doll's history. Join us here for the next 2 hours with the history, and let's find out the story behind this creepy little clown doll. And Chris Sanders is a paranormal investigator who has also been on, I think it was Haunted Hospitals, I think, or Paranormal 911. But he's been on a couple of those little series as well, like most people are lately. Because I don't know where Cindy is, I'm going to say hello to everybody on here. Let's say hi to Steve Barry. Is Ron White on the show? No, wait, that was Sexy Teddy. Ha ha ha. Barry Martz. Hello, Barry. Hello, Patricia Santaserio. Let's see who else is on here from this one that I can see. Steve Barry. Is Buddy a My Buddy doll? He's actually a doll, the haunted doll that Chris Sanders got a hold of. No, it's not the Buddy doll itself. Buddy is a clown doll. Yes, he is. Mr. Ricky, Stacy Farley. Hello, Stacy. I haven't seen you in a long, long time. And like I said, Frankie. Can't wait. We've been watching so many movies for the Sofa Movie Guys movie review. The third Conjuring. Devil Made Me Do It. I just finished. I've watched that twice now. I've been now watching the new series Loki. To check that out. Chat room is flowing well tonight for me compared to last week. That's awesome. That's great. I see Cindy. She's like really like. She's kind of blending into her background. That's kind of cool. So, without a further ado, a doozy, here's the Cindy.
Hi, guys.
Hey, you look a little wet.
I am soaking wet, actually. I literally just got out of the shower and had to put clothes on, but I had to make sure that I got my shower in because... So right after our show, I have to go from our show right over to Dom's show because I'm helping him co-host.
Yep.
And I have to be up at 4:00 in the morning.
Well, isn't that nice?
It's wonderful. So I had to make sure I got my shower in now because I wouldn't be able to take. I am not going to get up early to take a shower.
No, you ain't. So Steve Barry says, oh, you and clowns. Yes, I know, Steve. 13 Ghosts.
Well, that was a good movie. 13 Ghosts was one of the ones that I still use as reference to this day because they actually told the truth in that movie.
Yeah, he's talking about letting us having us review it for Sofa Guys because we're doing some older movies as well. So I think that's a pretty good idea.
Fun. That's a great idea.
So that'll be fun. And Robert White says, sure, tease me with Loki. Can't see it here, nor the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, why can't you watch it?
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier has not impressed me at all.
I haven't seen it yet, so don't tell me yet.
I'm not, but it hasn't impressed me.
Okay.
Loki was a little hard to start too, but we'll see where that one ends up. I
love Tom Hiddleston.
He's a good actor, but this whole series that he has, called Loki, it's I don't know. I'm really happy because the new Godzilla Singular Point comes out here in a day or two.
What does that mean? What is that?
It's an animated series that we're going to be able to watch. So I can't wait to check that out. Godzilla has a whole new look.
I wanted to be able to put my lurches on.
There you go. Brett Slack. Hey, hope you both are well. Well, here.
You guys don't have Disney Plus. I see. I see.
Well, I just got my electric back. I've been without electric for almost 4 hours.
So my cousin Kelly, her electricity is out as well in Gananda, and she's waiting to get it back.
Gananda?
No, just Gananda.
Oh, okay.
But she left her house so she could go get something to eat and do some shopping.
Yeah, we just had cold sandwiches and we sat outside and watched the birds and the squirrels.
Perfect.
That's what we did. So,
I burned the roof of my mouth, literally.
Nice.
That little thing you can feel right behind your teeth that starts the roof of your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I burnt it with a French fry and gravy. The gravy was hot. The French fry was hot. It literally has a little blister.
Wow. Yes, Steve Barry, that's true. Barry White, Fire Stick it. You might be able to get it that way.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Roku, right. Couldn't he use Roku too, or is it just Fire Stick? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't know about Roku. I mean, Roku does have it, but if they don't have it overall in Australia, then I don't know if they'd be able to get it. He'd have to get a U.S. Fire Stick probably and have it sent.
So Facebook user is probably Chanel because she doesn't accept it says now on StreamYard to accept the, I don't know, there's something so they can show your name. And if you don't accept it, you come up as Facebook user. It's something that I've been seeing a lot lately.
Not lately. I don't know. She says, I hear you, girl. I got to get up at 3. I know Bonnie has been Facebook user and Little Bit has been Facebook user, but I thought
Whichever.
Maybe
It's
it
just,
could be Chanel.
yeah, it could be. Well, I'm pretty excited about this. I have no idea where Chris Sanders is, though, because he was supposed to be here by now. I'm going to send him a quick message.
Yeah, send that boy a message. I'm tired a little bit.
Really?
I've been running around. I didn't get very much sleep last night. And I don't know how much sleep I'm going to get. Oh, it's Kevin. Hi, Kev. It's Kevin. Probably being done in by the damned doll. Robert, you're so funny. Bring in the clown, please. Oh, it says you can watch almost anything. Okay. Oh, Cody.
Oh, so that's good then.
Cody is on Fire Stick. You can you break it.
Yeah.
By putting Cody on there. Okay, who is this Facebook user? Or is that just Kevin saying hey again?
I don't know.
Sorry, you guys. My nose ring is hanging out my nose.
Okay. So Little Bit is on there somewhere because she's on the one. So is Bob Burnell.
Yes, Jailbreak It. That's what it's called. Thank you, Steve.
Okay, so I see Little Bit. I see Bob Burnell.
There's Little Bit.
Yep, I see Ricky. I need one of those little things that they had. Do you remember that show, that kid show that had I Spot or I See You, and it's like a loop, and it's supposed to be like a magnifying glass?
No.
Hi, says Denise. Oh my gosh, Denise.
Oh, Patricia.
Hey, what's going on,
Hi, buddy?
Let's make Miss Gigglesworth there. Gigglesworth saying, "How are you two doing?"
I'm doing well. Romper Room, Steve says.
Romper Room. That's it.
Oh, it was? I don't remember that part of Romper Room.
Yep, Romper Room. Oh yeah.
Gigglesworth.
Yep, that's what I called her, was Gigglesworth. Yep.
Cute.
Yep. So tomorrow I start my new job.
Oh my God, you took it!
Yes, I took it.
Happy for you.
Hello, Amber. Yep, I took the new job. I start tomorrow.
I'm so happy for you.
And I'm working nights at the other place until the 2 weeks is up. So I'm working 2 jobs right now until then. 3 actually, because of mom and dad. So yeah.
So what are you doing about your mom and dad though? Did you tell them that you are going to Gettysburg though? Because
they know my schedule. He knows my schedule, but
no, not the convenience store. The new guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And I get to work home part time.
Yay! That's fantastic.
So right now it's doing all of his social media, doing his website, doing all of his Facebook pages, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. Oh yeah.
Oh, do you see Steve? He said the day she said, "I see Steve," I went crazy from Romper Room when she said it. That's so cute, Steve.
Romper, stomper, bumper. Boo, tell me something new. Did all my friends had fun today? Did all my friends have fun at play?
Aw, wow, you remember that.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Captain Kangaroo and Mr. Green Jeans.
Bunny? Was it Bunny or Rabbit? I think it was Bunny. But yeah. Oh my God, Romper Room. I think we're showing our age, Steve. I really do think we're showing our age there.
Well, I think Romper Room was still around when I was a kid, I think.
It might have been.
I was 71, but I think it went farther past that. I thought it came into the early 80s even.
I don't remember. I'm so old.
Simon the Chalk Line. Bomber Boo.
That's funny.
Bunny Ball.
Oh, I don't know.
My hair is wet, and I hate when it's on the back of my neck. Wet, it drives me crazy. So I'm going to have to put my hair up because it will just drive me mad.
I really hope Chris doesn't stump us tonight.
Did you text him?
Yeah, I texted him a couple times. So, Hudson Hawk reference. H&R Puffin stuff.
Oh, yes. Wait, that was on I thought that was like Channel 10 though for us.
I don't remember. My name is Simon, and all the things I draw come true.
Yes. That was
And that blue,
purple
that
crayon. It was
the purple crayon.
Simon in the blue purple crayon, I think maybe.
I don't know what that is.
Oh.
No.
Maybe that's
No.
that's a book.
I'm old, so I remember the Herculoids. I remember H&M Puffin stuff with Witchy Poo.
Yes,
I remember
Puffin stuff as well.
the Banana Split Gang. I remember Bigfoot and Wild Boy. I remember Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
I remember oh shoot, Grape Ape.
Yep. That was a part of the whole, I think it was the Hanna-Barbera, I think.
Yeah, yep.
Part of that. Oh, yeah. Yep.
He's clowning around, Patricia said.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that. They would draw all over the place with the little, I thought it was a purple crayon, but.
Oh, I'm so thirsty.
Do you have a water thing right there next to you? I thought you were just pouring water.
No, lots of Gatorade Zero.
Oh.
Yeah. I've been drinking a lot of that, so just to keep things going. Hey, Mr. Ricky Hillard. I love it because the first part of his name is actually Hell. Hell.
Hilliard? Is that what it is?
Yes, it's Hilliard. I say Hillard. Hilliard. He probably says it different. Whatever, Ricky boy.
Drink trow there too, Cindy. Because it sounded like you were like pouring water into something.
Oh, did it really?
It did. It sounded like you're pouring water into something.
Hello, Mr. James Shrule.
Hi, James.
Yeah. He's on there as well.
People that I can't see them. Why aren't they coming in here?
They're actually on my page.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Aren't you streaming to all these places?
Yeah, I'm streaming to my page. I'm streaming to WLFE. I'm streaming to Paratalk Radio. I'm streaming
You're just doing to Ted Van
Paranormal View. Yep. And to Paranormal View and to the WL. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm streaming to 8 different locations right now.
And one is Paratalk Radio?
Yeah. Yeah. Vodka into Gatorade bottle. Well, I want to tell you guys a cute little thing. These Gatorade bottles, because they're so big, they're actually pretty good. You can make bird feeders out of them. The way these are, you can take the cap off and drill a little hole through the top, put a string through with a little, I don't know, screw or a nail or a washer or whatever, so that it hangs. Make sure you cut like a couple squares on the bottom of this on the bottom, so that the squares open up. Fill it with bird seed. There's Christopher. Fill it with bird seed, put your top back on and hang it, and they'll actually eat out of it.
Oh, that's so cute.
Which is really cool. And I did one, Mr. Look at.
Hey, Chris, we were wondering if you were standing us up.
No, we had a bad storm come through, so we lost power.
Yeah, we did too. I had no power, no internet. I just got it back about half hour ago.
Oh man, yeah. It just came back on like 5 minutes ago. My iPhone was dead and I couldn't charge it or anything.
Oh, that's when you go to the car and use the car charger.
Well, I did it down real quick and I started charging it, and then like the power came back on. So I was like, oh.
Yeah. You need some more light because you're dark.
I know. I'm in a dark room, unfortunately.
You need a little light to light your face up.
Yeah, we can't see it very well, but that's okay.
You need a little ring light.
I do have. I didn't have the opportunity to put it together because of the power outage.
Oh, that's okay. Put a little flashlight under your face, and you'll look really hooky, scary. Ooh.
Tinky Winky Poe. Oh my gosh, I cannot think of the other two. You guys have two of them.
Tinky Winky Poe and
there's four of them.
Yes.
Tinky Winky Poe.
Tinky Winky Pinky.
No, Tinky Winky Poe, and what are the other two? Now I'm gonna.
I don't know.
I gotta look it up.
I'm sorry, but Teletubbies were gay as fuck.
Oh, yeah, they're little kids.
Oh man.
Teletubbies.
Yeah, and that's coming from me.
British television
Cast.
series that first aired in 1997 and stars Jessica
Really?
Smith,
Okay, there was this
Simon Shelton.
Poe, Tinky Winky, Dipsy, and Lala.
Yeah, Lala.
Was Alexa telling you about
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's my Google doing it.
Oh, that's fine.
So, we haven't heard from you for a while. So what's going on with you, Chris? I mean, event wise, you got things going? What's going on, man? Because we know that with COVID, everything was shut down for a while. So things are starting to come back in. In fact, I've been slammed. I've got 3 already booked, and the band's playing too. So it's like I've got a lot going on myself.
Busy. Yeah, no, there's a lot going on. There's a couple of conventions. I think the next one I am at, I think it's Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. I think that's the next.
Yay! That's when we're going.
Nice.
Yeah.
New Jersey Perry Unity.
Yeah.
That one.
That's what, in October or November now?
Yeah, it's in, I think it's September actually. And then
I thought it was supposed to be September.
Yeah.
Actually, I can tell you because I have, in fact, in a couple of weeks here, John and Chris is going to be on here.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
September 25th. Yeah.
September 25th. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. So
very good, Chris. You were right. September.
There's a couple of other. I had to can some event appearances because I'm working on something that can't talk about. But yeah.
Yeah, we all know what that means.
I'm making applesauce.
Yeah.
I'm writing a book. That's it. That's the ticket.
So, we've been getting a lot of questions about Buddy the Haunted Doll, so I figured we would go into that a little bit. You can tell us the history of where he came from, a little bit about him.
I like this. We can keep it this way because if you pull Buddy out, I can't see him. Perfect.
So why don't we start out with Buddy's history? Like, where did you find Buddy, or did Buddy find you?
Well, he kind of came to me. So Buddy comes from New Orleans, Louisiana. He was bought in an estate sale. Prior to the estate sale, he belonged to this woman that used to collect all these porcelain dolls. So basically what happened was the husband came home, found his wife cheating, and ended up killing the guy, her, and himself in the house. So this is where we believe that the energy transferred from that negative into the dolls. So there was multiple dolls. And again, so they were sold in an estate sale. This one woman bought a couple of them, and Buddy was one of them. And she started all this negative stuff happening, stuff falling down in her house, hearing knocking, some laughing. But that wasn't just it. It was like bad stuff started happening to her relationship wise. Like she couldn't hold down her marriage, her job was failing, like all this bad stuff. So she's like, hey, Chris, I've got this possibly haunted object that I want you to check out. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to send it to you. I want you to investigate it and let me know if you find anything. And this is like prior to collecting any haunted objects or anything like that.
Right.
So I brought the doll home. Well, it was mailed to me. I opened the box, took the doll out, touched the doll. I must have been 24 hours later. Bad stuff started happening to me. Marriage is failing. Friends are fighting, losing a job, all that stuff. And then hearing tapping in the house and this little giggling. So I was like, what is going on? So, and then a couple other team members started touching the doll as well. Well, then marriages started failing with that as well with them. So then we were like, okay, it's definitely something with the doll. Then we started catching EVPs with the doll, saying like, they're not welcome, you're mine, that kind of stuff. And so we decided to actually put him in a glass chamber thing so nobody can touch him, because we believe that the energy transfer is what's causing all the negativity.
Yeah, the salt in there with him too, or
there's salt. I sage him once a week, but I mean, like, I keep him covered with a cloak, so no negative energy can transfer in and out.
All right, Cindy, what was that about? Hold on, Chris.
Can I send my ex-wife to hug Buddy?
Oh. Who said that?
Steve.
Oh my gosh.
I get that. So fun. But some people are like, well, maybe it's not a negative thing. Maybe Buddy's actually trying to break up a relationship that's not working. You know, some people look at it that way too. So it's not necessarily it's dark, you know, but like maybe it's more of the energy trying to reach out. Who knows?
What does that mean? Ted Trips is my son.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. What is trips? What does that mean?
Trips.
But that's okay. We'll get back to it. I'm sure he'll, you know.
Okay, what does so it says Steve Berry says, was Buddy the doll on webcam 24 hours a day? If so, you own 14 hours back.
Little bugger didn't even blink.
So is he saying like if you go back 14 hours, the little bugger didn't even blink? Is that what he means? I'm confused.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, so
well, he's a doll. He shouldn't be blinking.
Well, that's the thing he actually does. So his eyes are actually painted on. It's a porcelain face. His eyes are painted on. I was doing a lecture before I actually put him in a case, and I held him in my hand, and I was pointing it to the audience. There was like 30, 40 people in the audience. I was like, this is his story and everything. And then all of a sudden you hear this big gasp. Everybody freaking out. And I was like, well, what's going on? And everybody's like, I swear to God that his eyes just blinked. And I'm like, there's no way. It's literally painted on.
Oh my God.
Wow.
He started recording him pretty much when COVID hit. So this is where the Fright Club episode came out, actually, that they did on Discovery Plus channel with Jack Osborne. We caught a video of Buddy actually opening up his door, standing up, moving back and forward by himself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
So you hunted these dolls these days. I mean, there's a lot of different dolls out there lately that have been it just seems like there's a lot, you know?
It's really blown up, actually. That's what it seems like. It seems like everybody's got a doll.
Yeah.
So it was never my intent for the doll to be anything other than, hey, this came from this case. As I travel, I do lectures and about the items I got from cases and everything. And Buddy just kind of like it became a thing of its own, and it just blew up, and it's taken the paranormal field by storm. And I'm just like, I'm very humbled by it, but eventually, and Johnny Zaffis knows this, Buddy's headed to him very shortly. So.
Wow.
Wait, what do you mean he's headed to him?
Yeah, so eventually he's going to end up in John Zaffis' museum. So.
Oh, really?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be a sad day for you, Chris.
What's that?
That'll be a sad day for you.
Yeah, well, I love the haunted objects, but,
Steve!
a little bit much.
Oh my God! Did you see Steve's comment? Look at this. I had this doll. You blew air into her. Or wait, no, I didn't.
I had this doll. You blew air into her. No, wait, I didn't.
That's terrible.
Never mind. Dang.
Very
cannibal little African dolls like the one from movies. Once again, asking for the axe.
Nice. So with Buddy, like
for 14 hours straight.
Yeah.
So he's saying he watched for 14 hours straight, and the little bugger didn't even blink.
So Buddy the doll came to you through the mail. I'm trying to get all this straight. So came through the mail.
Yep.
Took him out, and like immediately you started having bad shit happening to you.
24 hours after I physically touched him, that's when negative stuff started affecting me in the home. But the other thing is too, like I do countless paranormal cases, and there's other too. So it could be just the timing of it, the factor of the doll being there.
Are you saying coincidence?
Yeah, exactly.
There's no such thing.
That's why I said it, because Cindy was gonna. I knew where Cindy was gonna go with this.
He's like, nope.
There's no such thing as coincidence. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
But okay, so some of your other team members did the same thing. Ended up as things happening to them as well. So how long have you had Buddy?
I've had Buddy for about years.
6 years?
6 years?
6 years. Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep.
So
What
why
are
is
you
he
playing
doing
with, Cindy?
Oh, my dice.
Yeah, it's
My nerd-
loud.
My nerd dice. My D&D dice.
Yeah, we
Sorry.
can hear it. It's like loud.
I was rolling them.
Don't roll no more. It makes lots of noise.
I know. I put them away. Listen, I'm ADD.
I know. So, all right. So you're gonna give Buddy to John Zaffis. That's pretty cool. But you know,
he'll end up there.
Hi,
Yeah.
Genevieve.
We
Sorry.
had a conversation recently. We did an event in Gettysburg a couple weeks back, and I told him, I was like, he's headed for you. I've got some other things coming up that I won't be able to take care of him.
Right.
I'm doing, and he really needs to be looked after. So
Yeah. So have you yourself caught anything that he's done, like things since you've had him? I mean, personally, I mean, since he's been in there or out of there, or like, because I know that you do take him to some places from time to time, but you know, what has actually happened with Buddy to you personally?
yeah. Actually, I've had
I'm
him.
excited for a tap.
Door has physically opened, and he's like come out of the door, like as in like word. But so the door has a latch on it too.
Okay.
Heard tapping coming out of the glass. I've heard the laughing, the giggling,
Mm-hmm.
and then I've had the negative stuff happen with me
Right.
and my, the wife breakup and the children, and I don't know,
Right.
it got bad. But other than that type of stuff, no, not really. Never really captured anything other than that.
EVPs.
Yeah.
You said.
Yep, I had a couple of EVPs of laughing, which actually I should have played on here if I was more prepared. And the video of him moving,
Right.
Video of him moving is, so there's 6 hours before that it happens, and then there's 12 hours after nothing happens.
Wow. Did so you leave him in the house when you go to sleep at night?
So he's in the garage with the rest of the items.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's
I was gonna say, it's like, yeah, let's put all that stuff in my home and go to sleep. I wouldn't sleep.
No. Well, actually, yeah, I can't sleep when he's in the house. Sometimes, like, I'll bring him in when I get back from a trip. I just grab the case instead of going into the garage because it's not hooked. The garage isn't hooked to the house, so I'll just bring the case, set it down, and sometimes I'll have night terrors and stuff from that. But
Yes, dude.
Wow.
Chris, you know I get freaked out whenever you have Buddy in that case. And I'm like, I didn't know you were right there.
Yeah, didn't you bring him to Rochester Parafest 2 years ago?
Yeah,
Yeah, and we saw him at Gettysburg with Buddy, too.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
I don't have a picture of him because they were asking, because I told them that he was a clown. He is a clown, right?
Yep.
No, Steve.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
go.
That's someone.
Oh, snaps off and rolls away. I can't even with you.
Yeah, so it's on the shirt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, what's on the shirt?
Buddy.
A
Oh
buddy.
my god. Oh my god. No, stop it.
Well, some people want to see what he looks like because I've never seen him. So it was, I wanted to make sure that, people got an idea of what he looks like. And he's not very big. How tall is he?
He's probably I would say he's 16 inches tall.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like a doll. He's just a doll.
Porcelain doll. A little bit bigger than, this can.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Bill.
Yeah. Bill?
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, scary.
Sorry, really thirsty.
You're good.
Oh.
Buddy did it.
No, Teddy does it all the time.
I do it all the time. I blame it on my Godzillas.
You have a lot of Godzillas now. That's awesome.
He ain't short. He's vertically challenged.
Yeah, I do have a lot of. This is my new one.
Nice.
I like that one. It lights up. That I
Yeah,
like.
because his fins all light up. It's pretty cool.
Big blue Funko Pop one the other day.
I can't find them. I've been looking, and I have not been able to find any Godzilla Funko Pops anywhere.
Well, if I run into any, I'll pick some up and I'll give it to you.
All right, because New York just doesn't have them. I don't know what's going on. I can't find them here at all.
Damn, that's like me hunting for Ghostbuster stuff.
Actually, I found a Ghostbusters. I got a Ghostbusters diecast card.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I found one of those, but that was the only thing that I found.
Yeah. There'll be a bunch of stuff coming out with the new movie and all that. So.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the new movie. We'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Wait, what new movie are you guys talking about?
Ghostbusters.
I think that's the one with the grandkids, though, right, Chris? The grandkids.
Yeah, where the movie's based around Egon's family. Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, and they find Echo 1 in the garage or in the barn or something.
Yep, they find Ecto 1 in the barn and like Proton, like this little hidden crawl space. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I hope it's good. I really do.
That blister that I just had in the back of my tongue or back of my teeth, it just popped and it was gross.
Because you were playing with it.
I was, because I couldn't help touching it because it's there and now it just is weird.
Yeah, well, stop playing with it.
I can't help it.
You got.
You know what? That's like a conversation with little boys and big boys. Stop playing with it. I can't.
Wow. Wow. So I was going to say, Chris, you ended up canceling your event, didn't you?
I had to cancel the Portland, Maine Paracon a couple times. It is happening in October 9th.
Nice.
So, so Steve's going to be there from Ghost Nation and Ghost Hunters.
Gonzalez. Steve Gonzalez.
Yep, Steve Gonzalez will be there. Lauren Coleman will be there.
Good, salty Steve.
Museum. A bunch of people will be there. So it'll be a good time. The last one. I'm not going to host any more Paracons.
October 9th.
This year?
Yep.
I want to write it down.
Yeah.
I mean, only because I was listed at one time.
Yes, you were.
And now I may be able to because I just got a new job.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so I'm working part-time at home and then part-time at the business, so I've got more time to do things that I need to do.
Nice.
What is it called, Chris?
Was that?
What is the name of your Paracon?
Portland, Maine Paracon.
Portland, Maine Paracon.
I've never been to Maine. I want to go.
Me neither.
Good for beer and lobster.
I hate lobster.
I don't eat lobster.
Oh. Can't do shrimp. Can't do lobster. Can't
I like
do
lobster and crab.
Nope. Don't like any of that stuff. You can have all the crabs you want.
Not the little one skittering across pubic hair either. Nope.
Wow.
Oh man.
I knew that's what you were going for, Teddy. Try to make it like you.
Steve Berry says that I heard Chinese mustard helps it heal. Just pull the skin off the roof of my mouth. No, just pull the skin off the roof, Cindy. You'll feel better in no time.
Gross. That's gross. Big boy toy with no batteries required. That's right, Robert.
Oh man.
Lobster.
Yes, lobster was considered crap food.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's amazing. Like
what do you mean, crap food?
Was that?
What does that mean, crap food?
Yeah, so it used to be what they fed to people that didn't have much money and stuff like that. It was
poor people.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was junk. Like now it's like $20 a pound.
Right. All good toys take batteries, or they just plug into a wall.
Oh.
What's this? Bottom feeders for the poor. Yes.
Bottom feeders for the poor. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I guess some are battery operated, and they just recharge the batteries. Is that
Oh my goodness.
But there are some that you can plug straight into the wall.
What are we talking about here? We're supposed to be talking paranormal stuff. Guys, let's get back on subject here. Come on.
Paranormal stuff.
Jesus. Why is it that every time you talk paranormal, sex comes up in some way, shape, or form?
I have no idea.
It always does.
Or Bernie toads.
Maybe it's the
It's
word.
like,
I don't know.
That's right. That's right, Steve. James says I need a dating site for Christ's sake. No, I don't. I'm kind of over it for right now.
Oh my God.
Kind of over it for right now.
I think what it is, Chris, is that humans are just horny critters. They really are.
Oh, they're all crabs.
They're all crabs.
Yeah.
Paranormal activities.
You guys,
Thank you.
in the last week alone, I've had 3 ex-boyfriends contact me.
Wow.
Nope.
Nope. That's crazy.
Yep.
Don't want to deal with that.
1 week, 3.
For
X for a reason.
you want to go forward, not backwards.
That's right. So, since COVID is lifted, have you?
Paranormal.
God, I don't. What?
Robert, you're hysterical. Paranormal activity.
In a minute.
Yeah, when the commercial's going, I can.
Hi, Mama.
So as I was saying, while now that COVID's lifted, are you getting more calls now and more stuff for paranormal investigation? Because I think everybody really is.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy the amount of calls that are coming through for people that want cases and everything. I mean, I've been going everywhere. I mean, I've been going to a lot of the Midwest, and I've been, down south in Louisiana and stuff lately. I've been in a very, very small amount of time.
Right. Well, that's crazy. I mean, the worst part about all this, and people don't get it, is, when you're an investigator, this shit is out of your own pocket. I mean, this is not something you get paid for. So if you're going from Maine or New York to fucking Nevada or Texas, that's all on you. You know what I mean? Unless you're driving, but you're still paying a lot. Like gas prices are almost $4 a gallon.
I drove to the Midwest 3 times. So
by yourself?
No, I took some members.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say I can't drive 2 hours by myself, or I'd be sleeping. I'd be in a ditch somewhere.
No,
that's how I get.
August drive that we recently did was 22 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, that's not me. Not me.
I don't fly too often, so I'm kind of scared of flying, but I have to overcome that. So
I just was on a plane last week.
Oh,
yeah. I came home last Monday, right before our show.
I think it's the landing and taking off for me. Like once
that's my favorite part. Because when you sit there and you're about to take off, they rev the engines, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so much fun. It just makes my heart like.
I have a co-host for sale. Does anybody want her?
Wait. Wait. Turbulence rocks you to sleep. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
You're hysterical. Do not Google horror porn, or do, but not around anyone. Well, anyone. Well, not around. But not around. Well, anyone. Don't do it around anyone.
No, just don't do it.
Phil, you're so cute. He says, name your price.
Oh,
How much for the woman? How much?
There you go.
How much are we?
Hello, Allie. Thank you for joining.
Oh my God, that would be fun for charity. Where we could raffle me off, and then I go visit whoever, and we do paranormal investigation or something.
Do you know how fast they give you back?
That's right, dirty rat.
Oh man!
You know who said that? Who used to say that? Castle fat and dirty rat.
Oh man!
Yosemite Sam.
Oh. Well, I wanted to get back to our guest because that's why he's here. So
I mean, I'm just chilling. That's cool. I'm just listening.
I know, but I hate when the show is all over the place. It drives me nuts. It does. It drives me crazy.
Paranormal, same thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's not like you could see naked ghosts, anyways. But whatever.
Kind of sick I am.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, because of all the Paracons and stuff, right now we have Gettysburg coming up, which we know we're going to see you.
Yeah.
I'm
hoping.
Which is going to be great.
I'm so excited.
50 chance.
Wait.
What do you mean 50-50? Why would it be 50-50?
because of the project that I'm doing. That
Oh, okay.
Weekend too.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I understand.
like 50-50, but I'm hoping. I'm hopeful.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we know you're definitely going to be at Rochester Parafest.
Yes, I'll be there.
Yay!
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
event. My favorite.
Oh,
Yours,
is it really?
Yours, yep, yours and the Battlefield Bash. Those are my two favorite events.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you. That's awesome. This year's going to be fun because we're in the beginning of spring. So there's not going to be much snow.
No.
Yeah. So there shouldn't be any. It should actually be in the 50s around that time. So it might be a little chilly, but whatever. And we've got just more people coming out of the woodwork that want to be a part of it, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah.
And I was already asked about doing another one during the summer or fall in a different place. And I don't know, but you know what sucks, Chris? There isn't any place where you can find all the Paracons listed. There's no place.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Mm-mm. Could you imagine the amount of time and effort that would be put in there? But I mean, it would be great if we could all send.
Well, you'd be able to post it. You'd be able to post where all the Paracons are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
big tour. Like, this is the paranormal tour for the year. Like, here's all your stuff.
Yeah. I
always thought that for the psychic fairs too. When I was doing the psychic fairs, like it would have been fantastic if there was like one data bank that we could go and everybody just like did it and they just plug it into the calendar, so you would be able to see it in there like that.
Yeah, that would be.
It would be amazing because that's like why Rochester Parafest we called it Winter Parafest for the longest time, was because we were like the start of them all because there was nothing else before us.
Yeah, you guys were always the kickoff to the season. That's what I called it.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Where I remember driving home from one of the events that I did with you and just hearing the sirens in the air and like driving over to Blizzard. I was like,
Yes.
Brutal. No more winters.
It's tough. I mean, that's why we moved it. That's why we went to the end of March, because the end of March we really don't have a lot of chance of getting snow. It's more or less spring. You get 50-degree weather and stuff like that.
My birthday is April 4th, and I've had more snow on my birthday than not. So
really?
Yes. Jansen's birthday is the 28th of March, and so it's the same thing for him. We usually have snow here still.
Wow, this year we didn't.
No, we didn't. No, I didn't have snow on my birthday either. It was nice.
Yeah, it was warm. In fact, I think one part in February or January was like 70 or 80 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really hot. So, yeah.
This year's was really weird for winter, especially up in Maine. Like, it was strange. It was like...
It was pretty weird here. I'm like, so
then it'd be 80 the next day.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, so it's freezing, so we're just jumping into summer. Okay, perfect.
It seems like that's what we did.
Mm-hmm.
We just jumped right into it. There was no spring.
Yes,
it was crazy.
Late May too. Yes, Steve. Yes, we did. It was late May, and we had snow here again. We had a huge snowstorm. Like, I mean, it wasn't huge, but it didn't stick. Let's put it that way, because the earth had warmed up so much. We had about an inch, and then it like dissipated really quick. So, do you hear that motorcycle that just went by my house?
Yeah. Well, see, for me, I love the Paracons of the Parafest because not only do you get to go see all these, neat members and teams and yes, the celebrities from different TV shows and stuff, but some of the stuff that they put out, and I'm not talking teams, I'm talking the creators of like I don't know. It's like every year at Gettysburg, there's that lady that comes and she does those. I don't know how she does it, but she does the shirts and like they're a light rusty colored picture on a black T-shirt.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, she does the bleach printing.
Yeah, that's the bleach impressions. Yeah, I mean those are freaking cool as hell.
Those are so freaking cool.
She did a Godzilla shirt for my son.
Aw,
That's what I wanted. There was one there, and she just didn't make it big enough. I just like, man, I'm fat. I need a big shirt.
Yeah, she was be coming to Portland, Maine Paracon, but she's not gonna make it, so I'm sad. But yeah.
Well, we have for WLFE and GVPI and Paratalk Radio and all the other things here. We actually went out and bought our own machine, so now we can make our own shirts.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I made my first one today.
Did you? Let's see it.
Okay, I gotta go get it. I'll be right back. Talking about sales.
So, what have you done so far, Chris? Have you had any Paracons that you've done so far yet this year?
Yeah. This year I was in Gettysburg 3 weeks ago, I believe.
Oh yes.
Yep. So I did that one. That was the first one that I've done this year. I was booked for 9. I had to cancel 4.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Sad about that. I'm hoping to make the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash because, like I said, that's one of my favorite ones. And that's actually where, I was doing this paranormal investigating forever, but I owe a lot to Pam and Steve because they put me on the whole Paracon platform, which is great. If it wasn't, but I probably would have never been doing Paracons. So
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. They kind of gave a boost start that, made ways for me. So, yeah.
Pam and Steve, they're really freaking cool people.
Yeah, I owe them the world.
Are you ready?
Bash.
Are you ready?
Yes. Are you ready?
It's the first WLFE shirt, my shirt that I'm going to wear over the pocket.
Oh, nice.
Let me see. I'll put it on. That'd be easier to say.
Okay, that would be easier. That's your mug with your little spoon.
Was that your teaspoon?
That was the Teddy mug with my phone.
Oh,
leaning on it. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, Desiree. But yeah, see, can you see it? Whoops, wrong side.
Wrong side. Yes, it looks great. Good job. Bill, are you going to be at the Battlefield Bash?
So yeah, that's the first. But now we can do the shirts for the network. We can do shirts for like regular t-shirts, like the Buddy the Bigfoot t-shirts.
Buddy the Bigfoot. I love it.
Yeah.
I know, because it was funny because we did a thing between Chris and I where it's like, oh, Buddy the Bigfoot and Buddy the Haunted Doll. I mean, we were Buddy meets Buddy.
Yikes.
No. Well, I figured what I'd do is I'd get Buddy to actually meet Buddy, and we'll just take a photo of the two of them together.
Staring at each other.
Oh my God, that would be so creepy and funny at the same time.
I'd love it.
I think it'd be kind of cool.
There you go.
Buddy, the mug with
That'll be
phone included, so you can drink and talk at the same time. Ventriloquists will be all over that one.
It was the Teddy mug.
It's the Teddy mug.
Oh, look at that. Self-promotion mug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the only one in existence.
Nice. It's worth more.
That's right.
So Teddy has it. And there's also... Let's see what else I can knock down. A bigger one. A tumbler.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yep.
So Chris, tell us, how many children do you have again? You have 2?
Who's that? What? Where? How? When?
Kids? I said tell us about your kids. You have 2 kids?
Me? 3. 4.
3. Tell us.
He's like
tell us
3,
how old you
4.
are now.
How many do you have, Chris?
6.
6.
Oh,
you're prolific.
Killing me, Smalls.
Ah, so funny.
Well, you know who we were talking about the Parafest and stuff, like Pam and Steve.
Said 5.
I love Pam and Steve too. In fact, Pam and I always get together and we throw on the clown noses and stuff. But one of the other things that I like is there's so many different people there that meet up that we're friends with from like our area, like Krista Cesare and Danny Class, and always some really good people there. And you don't have to be a celebrity that played on a TV show to go there or to be in an event like that. I mean, it's just they're people. They're down to earth people that just like to have fun, and they'll all talk to you. They'll all tell you about what they do. They'll all, they're all amazing people. So
Good souls. Good souls.
yeah, well, and I think this is our 4th or 5th year there.
Well, you went last year, so this will be the 4th for you, but only my 3rd, I believe.
Okay. But anyways, something like that. But we always, like, not with WLFE going and having some of our other shows there as well, it's going to be kind of meetup for us, because we've made Gettysburg the place for all the WLFE family to meet, to have dinner on Saturday night and hang out, and then come to the event and actually do live remotes the whole time from all these different shows. So it's going to be great.
It's awesome.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait. Watching Ted is like watching The Who when Keith wrecks his drums.
Well, Bill also said a little bit before that the people pay good money to see Ted wreck his studio.
I know I paid $5 to be on. No, I'm just kidding.
What? Actually, Chris, the stuff that you used to sell and stuff. I mean, I actually got a pillow from you for my godson. Remember? Yeah, Ghostbusters, I think it was.
Back when.
Oh, right. Yes, I remember that.
Well, it's so funny though, because we all have to try to make money to stay on the road to keep going, because
right.
We do these events and stuff for free, and we do the investigating for free and stuff for people, and gotta find a way to stay on the road, I guess. But now we got buddy shirts, so
there you go. And we're working on more shirts too. I mean, we have Buddy the Bigfoot shirts, we have Paratalk Radio shirts, we have WLFE shirts, so we have t-shirts to sell, Nice. So it's and I still got my lanterns and stuff like that, but we won't have, I'm not into the gadgets. Somebody asked me about making gadgets and I'm just not into it.
There's so many people doing it too.
I was thinking the same thing, Robert.
It's so difficult to keep up with that. I mean, like at this point, there's the gear coming out every day. I just saw a new company launch the other thing. I think they're called like ghostgear.com or something, and they have like these EMF pucks, and I was like, it looks pretty cool, but I already have so much gear. It's like crap. I want to try something, but it's like I just
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 8 cases here.
Yeah, I think I have about 8 too in my garage, and I bring them with me.
It's crazy.
But I started going back to basics of like investigating. Like I went back to bells, powder. I'm even using tape recorders instead of the regular digital recorder.
Old school.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I have. That's what I have.
And I can't debunk it. You know what I mean? Like using the bare minimum, it's just like, how the hell did that happen? I can't recreate that.
Right.
Right. Well, and you can get those little compasses now that are made for it to be, so if electromagnetic pulse happens or anything like that, they react to them. So you can get the compasses as well, which I have. I do have a K2, but I use that in my lectures to pretty much say, you don't need this.
K2 it's definitely interesting. And it goes off at so many things. And I do use
so random.
It
so
is
random.
And so isn't the REM pod can be, oh God, it can be, you can manipulate the hell out of the REM pod. So I don't use those very.
Yeah. I don't even own one. I don't even own one.
Yeah.
No.
So I went back to bare minimums. I'll still use a ghost box for the fun of it to see.
I hate them. Don't use them.
Yeah, I'm 50-50 on them. I don't necessarily believe that they're communicating with anything. But that's just me. There's other people that have had full-blown conversations and stuff, but, everybody's got their opinion.
I think a ghost has more things on their mind, if they exist, than trying to stop a radio on a singular word. You know what I mean? In a conversation. And it sounds stupid, but still, it's just,
a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi.
Yeah, I just don't think but that's me. You know what? I was going to say, Bill Davis. Actually, I have a question for you, Bill. And I got a piece of equipment here that I want to live stream with one of my cameras. Now, I don't know if you've gone through this, Chris. It's like there's so many pieces of like so many different types of cameras and stuff you can buy, and everything from the little fucking what the hell, like GoPros to whatever. And I got a ton of shit, but I went and I purchased one that has the Wi-Fi built in, thinking that all I had to do was set up to like a hotspot and go live with it. It doesn't work that way. I can't figure out why. So I don't know if I'm doing something right or wrong or whatever, but I need to talk to somebody that uses them or uses a camera like that. And
go ahead.
Sorry, and I also have what they call a live box.
Yeah.
Which you're supposed to be able to stream on Facebook and on YouTube with.
Right.
But I don't know how to make that work either.
Oh, gotcha. I know that there's a third-party app that you have to download because I was doing it for a while, like walking around with this little camera, and it was working for a while, and then like a bunch of things happen, and they don't let you broadcast anymore, and I don't understand why. But
really,
third-party app, and then basically hook it to your phone, and then it becomes your camera.
Yeah, I got that part where the phone becomes the camera, but trying to figure out how to live stream it, that's my problem.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's difficult.
So, I don't know.
We have to do a commercial, Teddy?
Yep, we're going on to a commercial because I have to go put the umbrella down because they couldn't put it down. So I've got to run over there real quick and do that. Chris, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with you guys. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Probably 2.5 minutes. So hang tight. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
WLFE Digital Network is now on digital television. If you're into ghosts, Bigfoot, UFOs, and the creepy, then WLFE has a TV channel for you, Paranormal View. Watch all of your favorite WLFE video talk shows on one channel. Shows like Paratalkradio, Step Into the Paranormal, Skeptical Help Bar, The Creepy Parlor, and more. Looking for something else? Do you support the LGBTQ plus community? WLFE has brought all of their LGBTQ shows like Inside the Drag Closet, Everything Yet Nothing, Across the Pond, and Rainbow Soul all into one place. A new TV channel called LGBTQ Friends. The third channel is Variety Unlimited. Here you'll find a wide variety of talk shows you know and love, like Just Cindy, Card Pulls and Coffee, Real Talk with Nom, The Bipolar DM, Meet the Author, and Movie Review 5. The best part of watching these shows is that they're all available to watch at one location, one website, WLFE-DB.com.
You are listening to WLFE-DBradio.com, where our shows are your shows.
Listen to the WLFE-DB podcast, available on Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Check out shows like Paratalkradio, Inside the Drag Closet, and Step Into the Paranormal. Now, on to your favorite podcast app.
This is Dominic Santasero with Real Talk with Dom. You are listening to WLFE-DBradio.com, where our shows are your shows.
Hey guys and dolls, this is Casey DeVille, the better half of DeVille Inc., Baltimore, Maryland. If you're ever in Baltimore, stop in and see me and Tony. Invisible Bree, 5920 Eastern Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21224. Give us a call if you're in the area at 410-400-9641, or look us up on the web at DeVilleInc.com. DeVille Inc., where we specialize in you.
Oh, yeah. Life just got sweeter now that WLFE-DB has merchandise. Show your support by purchasing your t-shirts for WLFE, Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and more. But it doesn't stop there. T-shirts, coffee mugs, tanks, buttons, cloth bags, and more. Go to WLFE-DB.com. On the top bar, click on the merchandise tab and bam, there you go. You got merch. Support the shows. WLFE-DB.com. You're listening to WLFE DB Radio. Now, back to our program.
Now, back to our program.
Now, back to our program.
That's right. So,
Crikey.
crikey. So, I think we talked about this the last time, Chris, you were here, but I don't remember, and I know that people want to know more about you. So let's talk about you a little bit, as in how you got into the field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been investigating since I was 17, so probably about 13 years now. So I've been investigating since I was 17, but my interest in the paranormal actually started when I was at the age of 7. That's when I started experiencing a haunting in a home, my own home.
Wow.
I'd have spirits opening my bedroom door and shutting it. I'd see shadow figures walking through the house and everything. We lived in this very old house, some 1700s. It's dated back for, the Underground Railroad and all that stuff. The house,
Yes.
2 times, a little girl died in the house. It was pretty wild.
What? How old is the house?
1700s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the house actually, didn't burn down, but it burnt. A good part of it burned. And a little girl, she passed away in there. But that's where it started happening to me. And my parents didn't believe me at first that I was seeing these spirits and stuff. And so I was so scared of my closet door because it would always open. And I would freak out. And I'd go sleep actually in the hallway instead of my room. So my dad one night was like, okay, so you're so scared of it. I don't think there's anything in this house. I don't believe that this place is haunted. I don't believe in ghosts. That's just my dad for you. And so
Did your mom believe it?
He didn't believe it. My mom believes, but my dad didn't.
Got it.
My dad decided to nail this bedroom door shut. Not bedroom door, but closet door shut.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple days pass. My brother is like, oh, yeah, there's probably you probably trapped a spirit in there. My brother's like, ha. Well, a couple nights later from that, the door actually busted from the inside out. Scared the living hell out of us. This is when my dad became a believer. Because you can literally see the door. It was pushed from inside out. And we started having more bad stuff happen in the house where everybody's witnessing stuff. People are being touched. It was weird. I would wake up in different parts of the house and not know how I got there. And it might have been me sleepwalking as a child, but my parents were like, you never sleepwalked. But we decided, my mom was like, all right, it's time to get out of this house. We're moving away. And we did. We moved far away from that house. So that's my first experience with spirits. Then I started seeing them more, especially living in New Orleans. I remember seeing, it sounds straight out of a movie, but it did happen. The curtains by my window, I remember seeing feet behind the curtains.
Jesus, stop it.
I swear to God. So in New Orleans, there's above ground cemeteries. So
right, because the water table.
Right. You can look out the window and you can actually see, the graveyard, in my backyard. It was really neat. But scared the crap. I'd always see shadows of hands going over my blankets. That's what happened to me.
That's freaking cool as shit.
And terrifying all at the same
really
time.
For a young kid. And I didn't know what was happening. So this is fast forwarding. This is why I got into the field, to understand what was happening to me as a child. I don't want another child going through what I went through without understanding it. So that's why I opened myself up to cases and investigations and everything. My whole goal is to give people an understanding of what's happening to them more than anything. So that's how it started.
What the hell?
So Eric said, Teddy, my very colorful shirt today, Cindy, almost blends in with your tapestry. That's exactly what Teddy said. He said, your shirt almost blends into your tapestry.
It does. Almost go with it.
Uh-huh.
All right. Somebody's fucking with me.
It's Pride Month, so
Baby Jesus.
All
I
right.
decided to wear my rainbows. I love it.
So I'm sitting here listening to you talk, Chris, and the wires up against the wall start moving. I'm like, what the hell?
I
is
would
going
be surprised.
I'm like, what the hell? I mean, mine is haunted too, but it's just this is weird that it's. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to get my attention for some reason. Who the hell knows? But
to me and why I do what I do, and now I take on home cases more than anything. I'm not one of those people that you're gonna find out there investigating, paying to go into an abandoned building that costs $2,000. That's not why I'm here.
Oh my god, I can't do that shit. I hate that shit. I can't do it. Good night, Eric. Thank you for coming. Hello, little bit.
I will host an event to help a location out.
Right.
That deal. But like I can't bring myself to there's locations that I love, but I just can't bring myself to paying that.
Yeah, I really have a hard time with that. I mean, it's like, I mean, I understand that they're using the money to keep the places alive and, up and stuff like that. But that's not why I got into being an investigator. I got into it to help people. You know what I mean? And and to find the answers.
Exactly. Well, that's why I think there's different paranormal investigating is the way I'm looking at it. Like you've got your seasonal investigator that likes to go to different locations like that, and you've got your investigator that wants to do home cases and help people out. And I get it; it's not for everybody. Home cases are boring. We all know that. Most of the time, like nothing happens.
Right. But it's still the fact that you're out there. You know what I mean? Right. You're trying to. I mean, I think that's the whole reason, like, at least in my case, we went to being a nonprofit organization. We're out there to help people. We don't, we're not charging anybody. We're doing it for the science of it to figure out what's happening. And also because we want to know the truth behind life after death. The problem besides that is like there are so many teams out there that are just like, and I get it, they just want to pay to investigate. Well, I don't pay to play. That's not me. And unfortunately, you get people that join your teams that are like, oh, well, how come we don't go to this place? How come we don't go to that place? And that's because we have to pay to do it. And that's not what it's not what I'm here for.
And that goes to another point of, the whole paranormal, being on a team and everything. Like I am part of a team. I'm part of a couple different teams. I've had team members that are like, hey, I really want to go to this location and pay this. And I'm like, well, I don't do that. And then they're like, well, I guess I'll start my own team because that's what I want to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. But, it's just you see those different type of investigators. So. Hello,
Nicole. Yeah, I mean, they're and there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I'm not putting anybody down for what they do. There's just different types of investigators. That's all. I mean, it's like between you and me, Chris. I mean, we may be doing home cases and prefer them. But, like, I'm a very skeptical investigator. I don't like to believe. Like, the main problem that I have with ghost hunting is, like, everybody walks into it thinking that ghosts are real. Or the place, they set themselves up ahead of time. Oh, there's got to be a ghost here. They got activity.
Your brain, though. Like, you're on it. If you going into a location, if you're going to investigate a location and you're like, okay, well, I know there's a ghost here. 1,000 other teams have seen a ghost here. This place is haunted. In your head, yes, you're going to hear shit and you're going to see shit, but are you really seeing and hearing? I wouldn't think so. That's why
you can't.
That I go blind.
Well, back in the day, Chris, they actually had a word for that back when some of the plagues were happening and stuff. There was it was called mass. What the hell was it called? Now that I'm talking about it, I can't remember the name of the word of it. I mean, there was mass hysteria, but that's not the word I'm looking for. But it's basically one person can say, "Hey, this is what I found. This is what's going on." And then all of a sudden, everybody's seeing it.
Oh, yeah,
Even if they're not seeing it, they're still seing it.
Well,
they're saying they're seeing it, and it's not that way. It's a manipulation of what you get so excited you want to see this, so that's why you're saying you see it. or there might have been something that's familiar or whatever. I mean, but there are people, plain and simple.
Yeah.
If you already have that feeling that when you walk there, when you get to this place, it's already haunted, you're already setting yourself up to be
right.
wrongly, because you can't do that. You can't.
No, you can't. And that's a big. Sometimes when I do lectures, I get really into it like this, and I tell people, they're like, well, this X location had this happen, and everybody's witnessed it, and I'm just like, no, you can't go there with that mindset of that's gonna happen to me. That's gonna happen to me, because yes, it will happen to you, because your mentality in your head is like, this is happening. Like when I do a home case, and being a psychic and stuff, like I don't want to know anything.
That's me.
Don't tell me about the location. Don't tell me what's going on in the home. I'll do on the spot. Only certain questions, but the other investigators will get more into depth of what's happening. But when I go, don't tell me a single word, because I don't want to think that I'm seeing and hearing something that a client told me.
Right.
It drives me crazy.
Prove that location is not haunted.
Exactly.
Find, and nothing's going to happen to you. That's my goal.
And there's a lot of places that you go to these days where
they'll just tell you, "Oh, look at our little child Sam here." I'm like, this is bullshit. I don't see a Sam. I don't hear a Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a big thing right now. A lot of people own haunted locations, and that's great. Some are some of my best friends, and
yeah, me too.
They're having the time of their life, and
but be honest, I honestly, a lot of the stuff that's happening, they're money grabs. They're basically just things to get that little extra income in to help with whatever the case may be, whether it be the building or for them or whatever. And I get it, but are you really doing the whole community justice by doing it?
Right.
No, you're not. I mean, how are we ever going to move forward if everybody's just finding their little niche to make money? And then, I don't know. Because I look at locations sometimes and I go, these people are claiming this is haunted. We were there 5 times and we didn't get a fucking thing. How is it haunted?
Well, and I'll be honest with you, I've been to a location in New England that's supposed to be one of the most haunted places, and I've been there 6 times and nothing's happened to me. And that's not because I'm shut off to it. It's just nothing's happened to me.
Exactly.
Right. And we're not saying that something couldn't happen in the future. But because you have to look at this as a bigger picture. Right. Not every place is going to ghosts don't come out on command. You could be there, and you can be there 6, 10, 20, 100 times and never get anything.
Right.
And because it's pretty much, it's like
one time you're like, holy shit, what's going on right now?
Because it's one of those things, and psychics and mediums and all these people say it all the time. It just has to be the perfect moment. All the stars have to be aligned. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And it's like, you can believe that if you want to, too. My problem when I get into a location is I don't want to know a goddamn thing. And I'm just an investigator. I want to just tell me the basics. You got something going on. Let's get the team in there. Exactly. Let's set up cameras. Let's, do some EVPs. Let's get the people out of the house for 24 hours and just set up cameras and then leave.
Right.
Don't even be there. Just set up the cameras and leave.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I go into the whole investigation part of being. A lot of investigators will go into it being like, I'm going to prove this place is haunted.
Right.
Me, I'm going to prove this place is not haunted. And that's when I'll find evidence.
Yeah. And see, having that skeptical side is really good, but it's still, we fall in, we both fall in, or all 3 of us fall in those categories sometimes, so where we just don't fit. And it's because people automatically assume because we're an investigator, we're like everybody else.
Right.
And I hate that. Yeah. I mean, we all get a bad rep at some point. We all get a good rep. We all get he said, she said bullshit. We all get evidence. We all get something
that he said, she said bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, but there's a lot of that out there. And I think politically, with all the politics that all these teams have and all the problems that are happening, I don't think we're going to move forward into anything until something actually says that a wall comes down and says, no, this is how it has to be done. This is what we need. You know, you want to do it this way, then go off on your own. You know what I mean? I think there has to be some type of selection at some point, you know, a separation of saying no, because we're not moving forward. We're not.
I think eventually the paranormal field will make a huge change. I think eventually it's out there, and I think it has a lot of ups and downs, but I definitely there is a turn that's eventually going to happen shortly. I do feel that. And I think everybody's going to eventually work together at some points, and the ones that don't are unfortunately going to wash themselves out. I think there's a new generation of investigators that have been waiting to basically be like, this is the way that it should be. Like, we all work together, or we don't work at all. You know what I mean?
Right. I think I've talked to a lot of teams, and a lot of them are in the same impression that, in fact, they're having multiple conversations with investigators that have been in the field between 30 and 50 years, you know, saying, hey, what your first investigation 50 years ago, what was it like? What did you find? You know, 30 years ago, what was it that you found? How did you find it? What did you use? You know, and I think that's the stuff that has to come forward. Is kind of like we need to play off each other, as in what our experience is, how can we share that experience, and how can we move forward? Because as Grant Wilson, which I've said repeatedly, said, we're just chasing our tails with EMF. We have to move on to something else, whether it be infrasound or whatever. But he's right. We all have to find a new way of moving forward, because we're missing something. It's like finding a giant puzzle and missing a piece.
Yep.
Yeah.
I fully agree.
You know?
I agree with that.
Yep.
Hey, Greg Gleason, miss you too, guys. Nicole, miss you too.
Yeah. I think there's turning points coming. I think there are
Let's hope so.
Yeah. I'm hopeful. I love working with everybody. You know, everybody's like, who do you like working with the most in the field? To be honest with you, I love working with everybody, because everybody does something different, and you get to learn something new you never would have thought of. Like, it's that cool experience. Like, I think this year I've worked with like 10 different teams already. And
wow.
Hey, you want to come out and investigate with us? And I'm like, absolutely. I'm part of a team, but let's build a tree of family. Like, let's all work.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Hey, guys, what do I always say here at Paratalk Radio? Everybody has something to bring to the table.
That's right.
Yep.
I say it over and over and over again. Everybody has something to bring to the table. That's why you should never overlook a team or a person, because everybody has an experience. Everybody has something that, hell, somebody could be a genius and have an idea. And if you don't give them a time of day, you're never going to know what it is. And it may be the answer.
Right.
Precisely.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, like, and it's so funny. Like, this year, you know, I was always like closed off, never really like spoke out loud and everything. But I had a turning point this year, and I'm just like, bam, like my vocal cords like launched.
Yeah, I mean, well, we've been a big proponent of telling people, hey, it doesn't have to be this way. In fact, we're looking at this in different avenues. We're just trying to tell you that you don't have to follow this.
Right.
You know, it's like the amount of people that go out and buy, like, I just saw a $2,000 ghost box. Who the fuck is going to buy a $2,000 ghost box?
Some dumb fuck like Zach Baggins. I mean, what?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Some of those boxes out there are just, they're mine. They blow my mind. I'm just like, I don't understand. Well, I can invest $2,000 into a car, like doing something with my car or to my house.
Right.
Yeah. You could pay a big bill that's been hanging over your head.
Could take us to, you know, one of these places that we've wanted to go. And so it's a road trip for everybody. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No,
or pay a bill that's been hanging over your head for 5 years. Or, you know what I mean? Getting new shoes put on your damn truck, or new, you know, I was going to say sneakers because I said shoes, but new tires, you know, I mean, $2,000 is a lot of goddamn money, and I'm not going to spend it on a piece of ghost equipment that's going to sit here in this room and never get used.
Well, and you got to think about that too. I mean, like, you know, how many pieces of gear that we spent a lot of money on, and we've used it once, and we never use it again. Like I have countless pieces of gear that I've done that with. I mean, I just don't pick it up.
Wow. Check this out, guys. Bob says, I was watching a podcast recently and called an investigator on charging $350 per person for dinner and a haunted investigation. I just think there comes a point when you all need to stop charging people so much for access to a location. We don't charge for our service. Why do these others feel that they can?
Ouch, yeah, that's true. $350.
I wouldn't do it.
Per person. Good
Yeah.
God. That's
What
a
was
lot
our
of money.
investigations? What was the price for investigations with dinner at the Avon Inn? I think it was $60, right?
Hmm.
But you're paying for dinner and all that stuff, and then you're going on the investigation. $60 is so much easier to swallow than $350.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, $350 is that's a lot of money. That's 2 nights in a hotel. I don't know.
Well,
It's
depending
crazy.
on where you are, it's 3 nights in Gettysburg.
That's true. That's true.
You know, and it wasn't even sold out. Well, I get it. I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, were they serving solid gold crab legs?
I don't know.
But we've been in situations where I've heard stuff like that before. And, you know, some of these places are pretty good because they're like, okay, well, it's $175 or $350 a night, but that's up to 10 people.
Right.
Well, then you break it up, you know, and everybody pays their $40. You know what I mean? That's a different story.
Exactly.
You know, but no, that other crap just, oh, no way. No way.
That's crazy.
I mean, we did that at the Avon Inn where, like I said, you get to sit down and have dinner with celebrities, ghost hunt with celebrities, you know, and just have a good old time. And I think it was either $55 or $60. And you're there from like 6 o'clock till, I don't know, 2 a.m, 3 a.m. So it's not like you only got a 4-hour block you're there for either. You're there the whole freaking night.
Right. And you're getting a meal that's like, that place is amazing. So.
Avon Inn? Oh, yeah. The food is fantastic. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, you know, it kills me just the way some of these things work. And you know, I praise people like Danny Class because he does such a good job with the Hinsdale House and for charging people a price that benefits so that one person's not losing a ton of money. Everybody can go in there for a little bit of money.
Like
you know what I mean?
Rent the,
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're there for the whole freaking night.
Yeah.
So,
well, I
yeah.
mean, to give an example, you can rent the USS Battleship Salem in Massachusetts for $600. A battleship.
Wow.
So split that up between 10 people. You know what I mean?
That's $60.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There you go, Cindy. That's our next trip, Cindy.
Where?
Battleship. Let's do a battleship.
I want to so bad.
$600.
Yeah, the Boston Paranormal Association runs that ship, and they do an amazing job. Don does. He does.
Wow. That's amazing. And how long do you have there?
You 5 to 1 a.m., something like that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Zach Baggins charged me $375, and I never got a refund, even though he canceled it.
Ooh.
Wow.
It's one of the reasons I don't care for him is because the bad thing that Chanel had with him. Because it's just what a shitty. That was for his museum. What a shitty thing to do.
Yeah. And there are people out there that are a lot worse than Zach Baggins, though. A lot worse. You know, so going on the 7th of August, Bob, you're going on to the battleship on the 7th of August?
What?
Answer that for me,
That's my
would you?
daughter's birthday, and she turns 30. August 7th. USS Salem. Still some tickets left, I think. $75 a ticket.
See?
Bob, how long is it? How long are you there?
They're probably there from 7 to midnight or 7 to 1 or 6 to 1. That's the average time.
That's what we should do, Chris, is set something up and me and Cindy go do something.
Yeah, I'm game. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure Barry would want to go too because Barry's actually really cool to be around.
Barry loves these places, these haunted places. I'm sure we could get Barry to go.
Yeah.
Probably dig it, man.
Yeah. Dig it, man.
Dig it, man. Totally dig it, man.
But yeah,
I'm heading to the USS Salem in August. Are you really? Oh my God! Is it really Salem? So is that?
So it's in Quincy. It's in Quincy Harbor. Is where the ship is located. The ship is called the USS Salem. It's actually codenamed the Sea Witch.
Well, Cindy needs to go now.
So where
Just
is
leave the
it
creepy doll at home.
Where is it located?
Was that?
Where is that located, though?
The ship?
Yeah.
Right in Quincy Harbor.
But where's Quincy Harbor? I don't know where that is.
Massachusetts. Sorry.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because it said Salem, so I figured it must be in Massachusetts.
Yep. It's in Quincy Harbor, Mass.
That's awesome.
Like 30 minutes.
Go.
You're 30 minutes from there?
No, that's where the ship is. It's 30 minutes from Salem. I'm an hour and 30 from Salem.
Yeah, because you're in Maine, right?
Currently, yes.
Oh.
Are you moving?
You're giving us little tidbits, my friend.
We're
going to start putting pieces together.
I can tell you right now that if I wasn't in the situation I'm in right now, I know where I'd be.
Where?
Gettysburg.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's like my second home.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep it on my car keys. Gettysburg.
That's so cute.
That is cute. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much at Gettysburg to see and do, and I mean, there's only so many times you can walk the same battlefield, but there are other things that you can find and do. Sachs Bridge was fun for a while.
Yeah.
Suicide Bridge.
Which one?
There's also the Suicide Bridge too. That's pretty on it. There's a bunch.
I don't know if I've been to that one.
Yeah, so it's really close to Sachs Bridge, and on the bridge itself, there's a bunch of suicide notes people wrote on to.
That's scary. I just scared myself. My phone fell because I hit my table. Seriously, how come we haven't been there, Teddy?
I don't know. There's a bridge that's actually, if you go to President Eisenhower's farm, you can walk all that and see his farm, but there's also a bridge near his place too that's right off of his property where there's a lot of claims there as well.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Gettysburg is magical.
Yeah. It definitely is magical. I love Gettysburg.
Yeah. Great.
It's just, but there's so many other places. I mean, Gettysburg is noted for, the Civil War and the battlefields and stuff like that. But one of the things that I've always said, it'd be great to have you come out sometime down here, Chris, because we have battlefields as well.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm down.
Bridge in Vermont. Oh.
Yeah, we have the Ambuscade, which is in Groveland Station, is where the Indians for the Revolutionary War happened. The Indians versus the Colonials.
No kidding.
Yep. We've been to that one, Bob. Sachs Bridge.
Yeah, and then you have the Cuylerville hanging tree.
Oh.
Where two of the officers were actually mutilated and killed.
Jesus.
They were tortured. Basically, I'll tell you the story quick is the Indians opened them up and they took their intestines and they tied it to the tree and made them walk around the tree till it was all pulled out.
Oh. But I also thought they scalped them.
They chopped off their heads.
Oh, that's buried the torture tree.
Mm-hmm. They cut off their noses, their ears, peni, fingers, tongues, all that stuff, a little bit at a time, and then the final blow was cutting their head off.
I mean, just leaving that type of torture energy behind. I mean, that's crazy. We've had the Sinaitic Indians come down out of the reservation, come down and do a walkthrough with us and a history thing while we were there doing our investigation for 3 days.
and really telling us all the stories and all the stuff that happened that was passed down. It was really, really cool. And I caught an amazing EVP. And then now people have, my cousin actually has experienced this where she was, you know how in a movie, like if you see somebody walking and then they speed up the film, it walks really fast and then they slow it down and it walks slow and then this is what this creature to her looked like. It was fully black, couldn't see through it, but solid black. It would run really fast, then stop, and then kind of move slow, then run really fast. But like after her, it was chasing her.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, but she's not the only one that's seen it. I've been there when a couple other people have seen it as well.
Wow.
So it's kind of freaky, but how do you prove it?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, Barry.
Unless you can get it on film, there's no way to prove it.
Right.
So, and EVPs, how critical they are with EVPs these days, is like they don't even hold up anymore for anything.
Correct.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly why I went back to cassette recordings.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm using old school tape deck voice recorder.
Wait, where did you find a tape recorder?
Amazon.
Ah.
You can find the old school ones like what I used to have. Is it the big flat one that lays down?
Yep, big flat one with the microphone. Yep.
Yep, that's the one I wanted. That's what I started out with, Chris, back in '85.
I love it.
Then you can get these.
Yep.
Which is the same thing.
Yeah.
And what I do is, do I have one here? What I do is I connect a microphone to it.
Yeah.
And
Wait, how do you connect a microphone to that little thing?
It's got an input on the side.
Oh.
yeah.
Like
And then what I do is I connect a stand to it, a little stand to it, and I just zip tie this to one of the legs and it sits.
It's the way to do it.
And I can put 4 of these anywhere I want.
That's a great idea, Teddy.
Yep.
You know, and it's technically old school because that's what when I had that big old flat tape recorder, I didn't have a stand or anything with it. But what I did was I took, you remember the skewers that you had for like cob on the corn and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Corn on the cob?
So what I did was I took one of the skewers and I actually taped it to the back of the microphone that came with it. And they're the big, heavy freaking condenser microphones that had this type of cord on it. And I just plugged it into the flat tape recorder and took that and stuck it in the ground and just let it record.
That's awesome.
That's clever.
Yeah, well, you just got. I'm a fucking redneck. You just got to think outside the box. You know.
What? Think outside the paranormal box?
Oh yeah. Duct tape, and you can tape anything anywhere.
That's right, my friend.
Do you have my book, Chris? I actually would love to have your opinion on my book.
Yeah, your Ghost Hunting 101 book, basically.
No,
the second one I think is
the second one. Think outside the paranormal box.
I don't think I have that one. I've got your field guide one.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
that one's pretty good.
Yeah,
I
think it is. That's what I love about it.
throw it over the door, good to go. I love that box.
Hit the record button. Yes.
No, not that.
Wow.
Think outside the paranormal box.
There it is.
Yep. And basically it's old school. It's all old school stuff. With a little bit of information.
With a little information.
Well, it's basically it tells you how to use the things that you got in your home as well as things you can find around. Like here's one. I just turned to a random page. It says, how to use a twig. Do you know how to use a twig?
Oh my God. A twig?
Yeah. During an investigation, I wanted something that could be manipulated fairly easy, but not as light as a balloon or a piece of paper. So I went outside, grabbed a couple small twigs. I broke them down to about 2 inches a piece and place them on the counter about 6 inches away from each other and ask the spirit to knock them on the floor.
Oh, yeah. Pretty
That's
smart.
clever.
You know, so I mean, it's the same with toothpicks. I mean, so you just pick up pick it up and you can. I mean, it's about a 45-minute read.
Yes, Barry.
You know,
Chanel, that's amazing. Do you see that? Chanel said, "I have my RCA cassette player that takes 4C batteries. LOL. I found it recently and had 5 cassettes of Casey Kasem Top 20. LOL. 1985 and 1986 shows. Man, those were fun. I remember them.
Yeah.
Casey Kasem Top 40. Hell
Yeah.
to the yeah.
So here's another one for you: a spoon. A spoon. I have used a spoon and a butter knife several times on an investigation. The reason is they are usually pretty easy to spin. If you place them on the floor, counter, or table, make sure you take a photo of their position before you allow them to be manipulated. Please don't use someone's good silverware. They might get a bit upset. But yeah, you stick it and you play and you basically take a photo of the position that it's in.
Yeah.
And you make sure that it spins. And then what you do is you walk away and you come back, and if it's moved, you know what I mean? So it's all about communication.
Right.
You know, and so there's a lot of stuff like that. I had a guy from, I think it was England, back when I was like in my it was in the early 90s, who told me that he stayed in a hotel, motel actually. So when you go into the motel, into the office, they usually have that little bell that you ding for help, you know, that little square bell. So he was doing this investigation, and he actually swiped the bell from the place, took the bell with him, and took it to an investigation. And that thing kept going off all the time because it's so easy to manipulate that little toggle on the top of that bell.
Right.
So, and he said he was getting responses, yes and no questions, ring twice for yes, once for no. Oh yeah, he was. So I put that in the book too. It's like, you know, here's some things that you just have to think outside the box on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's where the Simon game came from.
Yep, it is.
That people are using in paranormal investigation.
Yep. I actually had somebody that makes paranormal equipment that's actually really well known, took the Simon game and made it so the round one, you can put your hand through it.
Yeah.
So I made it so the ghost could put its hand through it and it go off. So yeah.
Wow.
So it took the game part out, but it's just a hand sensor, so they can put their hand all the way through it. Yeah.
You know, Chanel, the baby powder is one of the things that we've always used, or flour. And the problem with it is that it's very messy. So what I used to do, and it's kind of, I don't know why I thought of it in the first place, and this is something I think that some of the investigators that read my material now do, is they either use tinfoil or they use like a paper, like a thin paper. They put it on the floor, like especially like in a bridgeway of like between the two rooms, like the doorway. Put it on the floor, and then they put the powder or the flour on it, and then that way, when it comes to the end of the investigation, you just roll it all up, and it doesn't make a mess.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
We talked about that. Sorry.
You know, so
I just want everybody to know I'm not picking my nose. My nose ring is making its appearances. And I'm trying to get it to move so nobody can see it.
Bob says, I have a Tascam 6K 2D and a Zoom F4 and a Zoom F6. And, you know, as expensive as they are, you know, you don't need anything that expensive. But if you have the money and if you want to spend stuff on that, go for it.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, the Sony and the what's the main one they have? What is this called? This is the Olympus.
Yeah. That's
digitals.
What I have
you
like
know?
6 of those ones.
Yeah, the Olympuses work great because you can set it down anywhere. You know, and it picks up everything.
Yeah. Radio Shack closed and I bought them out of all.
Wait, what did you buy out at Radio Shack?
All those little
voice recorders.
Olympus, yeah, voice recorders.
So when they were on their like final leg,
Clearance,
that's where I got my blue microphone, my blue Snowball. And I wish there were more. You know, I can kick myself now, right?
Yeah.
But I was going to get a podcast going so many years ago when they were still in business, and I never used my blue ball until I started doing this here at home.
Oh, isn't that funny?
It is. Like, I could have had so many. I think it was probably 2 years before that. I think it's been 3 years that ours has been gone now, I think, at least.
Yeah, but Walmart has some like that now. They sell something similar to that or something.
The blue Snowball, really? I like the black ones. They didn't have black. I only have, mine is white.
Yeah. Yeah. But there's so many things out there as pieces of equipment go that you can have, but you don't even need them. As long as you have a camera or a camcorder, that's all you really need. Your body is going to be the first one to tell you there's something going on.
Crazy thing is, too, now, your cell phone could do every single thing, almost, just about, that all those pieces of equipment can do. You can get a voice recorder on it. You can do a camera.
Yeah.
I mean, they even sell different lenses that can attach to your cell phone.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
problem, though, with cell phones, people,
The interruption.
they interrupt so many different things.
Yep.
And I mean, you don't want to use a handheld walkie-talkie to kind of communicate when you have those things around.
No,
you don't.
Well, you got to think
know?
when you're doing. I watch a lot of investigators do this, and it's nothing bad about them.
Especially K2s.
Yeah,
Every time you
doing a live video with a K2, it's going to go off because your cell phone is broadcasting live.
right.
Right.
To set that off every time.
Yeah. That's why I would prefer that, like I tell my people, leave your cell phones in your vehicles.
There you
go.
Don't bring them in with you. But like everybody believes these goddamn apps, like the Ghost app and all this other shit. I'm like, come on. Come on.
If you're telling me an app can communicate with a spirit, then I must be a millionaire. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry, but nope. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah. Actually, what's funny about that, Bob, you said that, with being in a band, yes, the way microphones work and stuff like that. I've heard other people claim that they, with recording, same as in movies where they're recording movies and they're getting stuff that they didn't expect to get.
10-minute mark. 10-minute mark. I've got to say that because I've got to go from here to the next.
I have one here.
What is this? This is cool looking.
Yeah. Oops, let me move it over. It's a condenser mic that can be used. Here, let me put this together for you quick. That can be used everywhere. In fact, this is one that if I had a small recording board to go with it when I'm out in the field, and it wasn't that expensive. I think it was $60 or $70, but you get it. It comes with its own little stand too.
Oh, that's cute.
And you can pretty much set it anywhere, and connect your device to it. And you can see in the back, it has different connectors.
Yeah.
As well as charging ports and so on.
C port and
Yeah, so you're able to change it to whatever you want, plus volume and so on and so forth. And Walmart sells these.
Wow. Hi, Jan.
And you could use it as a microphone for your podcast, or you could use it out in the field.
Huh.
So I picked one up and I'm like, you know what? I want to try this in some of the stuff that I do. Here's the thing, folks, is you have to try things. You can't stick with the way things are because we're not getting anywhere. I always tell people, if you've got an idea, do it. Just go do it. I've got some experiments that I do, and that's why, between John and I and a few other people, I like to do the experiments, whether I'm home or somewhere else, because I want to know what to expect when I'm out in the field.
Yeah.
So the only way to do that is by getting the gadget or whatever you're using and taking it and start using it for like 7 days and do it. Now, I happen to live in a location that has some shit going on, so I could leave it here and record all night long.
Nice.
For 7 days. So, you just have to think outside the box with this stuff, really. You don't have to have $500 pieces of equipment or $1,000 or $2,000 or $5,000. Use what you got in your home. And if you're not sure what I mean by that, I'm going to plug myself for a second. Go on Amazon and look for Think Outside the Paranormal Box by yours truly, Ted Vanson, and you'll find it. And it'll give you, like I said, it's about a 45-minute read. But there's stuff in here that you can use. Now, there's stuff also in here that people say it'll never work because ghosts are made of this and ghosts are made of that. They don't know that.
We don't know.
Nothing.
Nobody doesn't know that. So whatever slack or shit you're hearing, just ignore them. I had one guy tell me, well, because that's not how electromagnetic fields work.
Oh, God.
What?
Oh, God.
So that means I shouldn't do it because you say that's not how electromagnetic fields work. What did Teddy do, Cindy? What did Teddy do?
How do you know what they're made of? I'd be like, oh, let's just try it.
So Teddy did it. I mean, how many of us had board games from when we were kids that are just sitting around the house?
Yeah, totally.
Do you know how easy it is, especially if you have like a Scrabble board, to take all those little letters and take them out and set them on a table?
Yes.
Say, hey, here's something for you to play with. Write me something.
Right.
Or better yet, the ping pong balls you use for that beer drinking thing, where you throw the ping pong in the cup.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ping pong balls are so freaking light that how about the manipulation of one of those?
Right.
Throwing it on the table, make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Of course, you have to realize that if there's any breeze or air conditioner kicks on or a heater kicks on, it's probably going to move. Mm-hmm. So you run those tests, you do those experiments. One of the easiest things that I found was to take that ping pong ball, take the ring off your finger, stick it down on the table, and stick your ping pong ball on your ring.
There you go.
Beer pong. Thank you, Robert.
It won't go anywhere unless something actually pushes it off of it.
Colored cat balls. Yes.
Playing cards. How many of us used to make houses out of playing cards? I don't care if you use Uno cards or Skip It cards. Well, make some little teepee huts. Put a camera on it. See if it manipulates it and moves it. Take a $1 bill. Fold it. Make some little, you know what I mean?
I did an experiment like that with a $1 bill actually at the Oliver House in Massachusetts. And I think that they're still on the table because the dollar actually moved, so they bring it back all the time. And I think actually a friend of mine, Eric Knapp, did the same thing. So
wow, that's amazing.
Chanel, the number one tool that I have that I use all the time is a balloon or a feather. They are the lightest things that you could have to put on a counter or a bed or anywhere else to get manipulated.
Yeah,
they really are.
Robert, vodka balls would be more effective. Spirits for spirits.
Yeah. Hey, and if you want to use a condom because that's all you got, go for it. That's pretty light too.
We're back to that.
No, I'm just saying that. I mean, I'm just saying that.
No, I know.
It's usable.
Yeah.
You know how many teams claim that checkers or chess, that games, board games, especially older board games, you use those in a location that has noted history of 1800s, 1900s when some of these games came out.
Right.
Absolutely. Back in the day, we used to take a cigarette, light the cigarette, and put it in an ashtray. Okay? But not like you would lay a cigarette in the ashtray, but in another form to where the cigarette butt was actually, or the cigarette was actually kind of leaning or something like that. Yeah, I see that. But you could do it in many different ways. And then you would check to see, you'd put a camera on it or a video camera to see if because this person was a smoker. So obviously you're going to want to use a cigarette.
Right. Absolutely.
Trigger effects, shit like that.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we got to get out of here. So, Chris, thank you so much for joining us here. We appreciate you, buddy.
I asked him what he had coming up really quick.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Gettysburg, right? That's your next one?
Gettysburg will be my next one. Working on a project. And after that, I'll be in New Jersey at Para-Unity.
Yep. And you can catch him online. He's all over the place.
A little bit here and there.
Yeah. Yeah. Cindy, real quick.
I have no Tarot Tuesday tomorrow. I have it Tarot Tuesday on Wednesday because I have to work the elections tomorrow. And then Thursday is my Just Cindy podcast. So Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on The Psychic Cindy on YouTube and Just Cindy on WLFE-DB.com and The Psychic Cindy on YouTube. That's where you can find me there.
Awesome.
And I think that, and then you see my D&D game with Jason. It's the bipolar, dragons, I think is what we're called. And so the bipolar DM.
Cool.
On Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Cool.
And then we're back to Paratalk Radio.
There you go. And next week, guys, remember, next Monday, we want your guys' ghost stories. We want you to come on and tell us your ghost stories. So make sure you're here, and we're going to get you up here to at least tell the story. We'll bring you on one at a time to tell us your stories.
So fun,
a lot of fun. For me, the only thing I got going on this week is I'm actually working on getting the machine together so that we can start making our T-shirts and stuff for Gettysburg.
Fantastic.
My new job and my old job. So I'm working back to back on those a couple nights this week. And just doing the duty. I've actually pulled out my third book and I am writing in it again. So maybe the third book would be out by the end of the year at least. Hopefully. Yeah. It's been 2 years since I touched it.
That's okay. That's okay. You guys, good night. We love you so much.
Yes, exactly. So
good night to us.
Yeah, there you go. So, guys, yes, definitely come back next week. Join us. People like Bob, who's an investigator as well. I'm sure he's got a couple ghost stories. I'm sure Barry has ghost stories. So we'll have you guys here. So make sure you guys come back and hang out with us, and we'll get you up to chat. Bonnie Swift, it was nice to see you. I miss you, girl. Margaret, hello.
See you,
Greg, and everybody else, thank you so much. What's that?
Say it, Teddy.
Oh, yes, guys. Wherever there is darkness, there is always
the light.
The light. You got it.
Thank you for listening to Paratalk Radio with Ted Wolf and Psychic Cindy. Catch us next Monday for another fantastic guest. Please check out our show as well as others on the WLFE DB Radio Network. And remember, like, follow, and share with everyone.
Join us at WLFE-DB.com for upcoming shows and so much more.